Hello, anti-cultists and cultists, ex-conspiratards and current conspiratards, pro-vaxxers and anti-vaxxers, and those joining us via the parallel planes of the Mandela effect. This is the Cult Chaser Monica's Ghost, and this is Quaxxed Episode 5, From Private Message to Popularity, the Game Show Edition. Yes, Monica, tell us what we have going today. Well, Monica, this is the game show version of the scumbags we want you to see. This will be a two-part episode. And first, we're going to share with you some of the interesting scumbag information that we have, and then we're going to come back and we're going to see if you guessed these scumbags right. Please open up your Facebooks and be prepared to look to guess all of the secret scumbags. If you guess the secret scumbags right, you too can win a prehensile tail. Our first contestant today is Charla. Charla is a responsible mother and grandmother, believes in vaccines, and understands science. Today she will be pitted against, 6 scumbags. Only their names are given here, and the lovely and wonderful, loving and peaceful things that they had to say to Charla about her opinion on vaccines. Let's start with Scott J. Thorstad. Wow, just read your comments on a post about vaccination warnings. You're quite the bitch, aren't you? What a loving comment, Scott. Scott J. Thorstad is divorced and in his 40s, and I can see by the way he speaks to women why he's divorced and in his 40s. I can only say, as I'm sitting here, I had to take a pause, because what I love most about Scott is that he is about as articulate as Donald Trump. He is a member of the Trumpeteers for Donald Trump, and he loves to quote himself, and he makes sure that he puts down the date that he said such profound things as, "Your station sucks," and then he makes sure his name is there, so that what we can do is we can go back when he becomes the next president of the United States. We can see his profound and wonderful quotations in posterity. Our next contestant is Eleanor Lucille Cuevas. What makes it bullshit if you ask to check ingredients? Do you swallow pills mindlessly? Well, I'm pretty sure when we're talking about checking the ingredients, we're talking about checking real ingredients and not the things that you've made up. Okay? And once again, I thought that this was probably not the worst comment you could have made, and I couldn't understand why you couldn't share this comment publicly. Because, of course, you have no problem sharing about how much you love the cucumber publicly. Just saying. I did know that cucumbers were 90% water because, well, I took a science class once, and I still know more science than you. But I didn't know that they dissolve kidney bladder stones, that they're anti-cancer, that they heal stomach ulcers, regulate blood pressure, rehydrate the body, relieve headaches, or promote healthy skin, because nobody has shown me the evidence. If you would like to dance with me sometime, Eleanor, I suggest you bring the evidence. And that is why you have to PM poor Charla, because you don't have enough evidence out there. Our next scumbag of the day is Chance Adams. You're a dumb bitch. Kill yourself today. That is the most loving, peaceful thing I think I have ever heard. Oh, I'm sorry. Right now we're going to stop for a small commercial break. Please remember to visit Love, Peace, and Threats from Anti-Vaxxers on Facebook. This page needs your money today. Please come and donate. The big pharma that's been paying us to shill for them, they didn't help us pay our rent this month. They lost too much money on all those people who didn't get their vaccines, because vaccines, are so expensive. So we would appreciate it if you would take some of your hard-earned money that we know we can just pry out of your scientifically knowledgeable and common sense hands and donate it to us so that we can pay our rent and we can buy our vaccines for our junky vaccine needs. And now back to your game show. Oh, who was I discussing? That's right. You're a dumb bitch. Kill yourself today. He got your right, which I was kind of okay with. You know what? The thing is, though, this is a guy who believes that if you share a picture of a bunch of $20 bills, you'll get money in the next 24 hours. So he's okay with fantasy karma belief systems about memes and pictures. And he's okay with telling somebody to kill themselves, and he doesn't think his karma will back up on him. I'm very confused. Chance Adams shows himself as a hippie, so I thought maybe he would, show off the love. But apparently, he can only have the love for himself. Our next scumbag of the day is Chris L. Glover. Chris at least starts by identifying that he is talking to a human being. Hi, Charla, he says. Then, of course, we go right back to being a misogynistic scumbag. You can get off your high horse. I had a lady pharmacist screw up and change my son's prescription to 10 times the amount prescribed by the doctor. Lady pharmacist, because we know, had it been a man pharmacist, he probably wouldn't have done that. Please do tell me more about how people should not question the drugs we put in our bodies and double-check the professionals that are entrusted not to change their prescription by careless error. First of all, vaccines are not a prescription, you stupid douchebag. By the way, she was quite unapologetic about it. I'm sure she was the whore of Babylon, and I'm sure she didn't apologize because she was a descendant of Eve, and we all know what a bunch of trash women are, with the same arrogant attitude you have here. Well, see, the thing is that the reason I know that this is what Chris believes is because he's only read one book in his entire life. This is it. This is from his Facebook likes. The only like he has, the Bible. Our next contestant, Mike Woodburn. Now, Mike Woodburn and Chance Adams, I think, are probably twins, or they hang out together and smoke pot and pretend to be tragic hipsters, but are really kind of just douchebags. I bet you are ACP. That stands for cunt pharmacist. So, first of all, Mike, you need to put down the pipe, because ARR is not a word, and this is not Speak Like a Pirate Day, and the A did not need a period behind it. But then again, this is Mike Woodburn, if I've got him correctly, and Charlotte's got him correctly, off to the hospital to see what keeps reappearing on my arm. Last time they told me, last time they told me it was cigarette burn, and sent 2 op to take me to Loonben for 32 hours. That was when we got in a wreck in cruiser, being unwillingly transferred to hospital to Loonben. I hope they don't try this again for everyone's safety. Laughing my ass off. I'll just leave that there. And our last scumbag of the day. I love how Charlotte, and I don't know if you did this on purpose, honey, but this is why I love you, and I'll tell you what, we should get together, have drinky poos. You, me, and we'll meet with Team D, and we'll just rum it up, because this was the best ending ever. She says, Jesus, apparently these people can't read. I'm pretty sure I was clear about what I said. Sandra Gainey had no intention of getting a flu shot when she went to the pharmacy. She was only there to spout her dribble to the pharmacist and take up his valuable time. Perhaps Chris L. Glover's son wouldn't have had a medication error if his pharmacist wasn't being distracted. I love you. That is all. Let's learn a little bit about Sandra Gainey. Oh, this is a little bit about Sandra Gainey. I had a thought today that reinforces my belief we have no idea what the CDC's vaccine schedule is doing to children. Bear with me. Our eye doctor said he had 2,000 plus patients and that no 2 patients have the same prescription, with a huge range of variation. First of all, that's a load of bullshit. You cannot tell me that he doesn't have 2. At least 2. There is, yes, I looked it up, and there is a combination of millions of possible eye prescriptions for your glasses. However, chances are in a specific area working with specific type of ophthalmology and things like that, chances are he probably has 1. Now, I don't have the scientific backing for that, but I can't imagine there isn't 2 people out there who don't have the same prescription. So he says, think about that. My husband and I had the same prescription for a long time. Just saying. So, we all have eyes. So far, she's got her science down great. Oh, wait a minute. Some people don't have eyes. So most of us have eyes, I think is what I should say. Or majority of us have eyes. They all look and see like eyes. No. Some people are blind and their eyes don't work. Some of them see colorblind. But your glasses will render me blind and vice versa. Not necessarily. Blurry does not necessarily mean being blind. I can't even finish this. I'm just starting to have a moment with this person because she has, 12 lines of absolute bullshit dribble. Now consider the immune system, which is much more complex than the eye and much less understood. Actually, the eye is very complex. It is probably as complex as the immune system. And the immune system not the entire immune system needs to be understood to understand vaccination and immunology at this point. If it was more understood, yes, we'd probably have many more vaccines, Sandra. So as we learn about immunology and we learn about how vaccines work, we then can implement a vaccine to help our babies. Just a thought. Share freely to discuss. But we can't share freely our thoughts about Charla. We have to send them in a PM. Well, my friends, that is pretty much all I have to say. Please do come back for part 2 of episode 5, when we will reveal to you whether or not we have gotten the correct scumbags. And if I have won 100% and Charla has won 100%, we will both grow prehensile tails. You guys have a great day. Monica's Ghost